Hello friends, this is Raj Sastri from Raj Option Trading. Today is May 29, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at Block, formerly known as Square, ticker symbol SQ. Look, Block has been expanding. They got a nice ecosystem with the Square, which is a payment app. Then they got Cash app. Now they got Spiral for Bitcoins. Then they got Tidal for music, and they're going to add many more. It's an ecosystem of ecosystems, as Jack Dorsey puts it. And look, they got an exemplary bold leader or a fearless leader, Jack Dorsey. He has been doing great leading this company into the next digital age where all this cash, Bitcoin, you name it, he's going to take this company to new heights. So with that, let's jump in here and look at the Square. So we're going to look at Block, look at the background, then let's look at the competitive landscape, look at the fundamentals of Block, look at the numbers on an annual basis and quarterly basis, and then let's look at the technical analysis, and finally let's conclude with a buy or a sell or a hold rating. So with that, let's jump in here. Look, we got CEO Jack Dorsey, and 88% of the employees really approve this CEO here. Jack Dorsey is doing something right. His employees love him. And he's also officially called a blockhead. Look, its company is called Block. He's head of the Block, so he's the blockhead. It's in a funny way. It makes sense. He's really chairman and the co-founder and CEO here. And we got able CFO Amrita Ahuja. She had been doing well leading the company even when Jack Dorsey was at Twitter. And look, Jack Dorsey's leadership style is bold. He's really a bold leader. He's also fearless, and he wants everybody to expect the unexpected. And whenever possible, be the unexpected. So this CEO has got some bold characteristics. He's not afraid to really go after new ideas. So let's take a look at this company in a little more detail. All right, look, Block has got multiple platforms. They got Square. This is where they started. This is where they started with the payment application. This business is growing nicely. And then they added Cash app here. This is also growing very nicely here. They want people to send, spend, bank as well as invest. And they also have the Bitcoin, investment here, making making Bitcoin more than money. So if you're a Bitcoin investor, you could leverage Square or Block with their Spiral platform here. And they also just started the music for the music lovers. They got a streaming service for all the music fans with Tidal. So look, they're expanding. These are the 4 apps right now. I can see them going after many other areas to help even the small and big businesses to really do the business. So with that, let's jump in. Look, from a Square background perspective, this company helps sellers to accept payments and provide analytics and next day settlement and so on and so forth. They also got multiple other areas like we talked about. They got Bitcoin, they got Cash app, Tidal, which is music, and so on and so forth. Look, stock has been down on a year-to-date basis. It's down 43%, and it's down 68% from 52-week high. That must be hurting. It's down big time, as you can see here. Right now, stock price is about $90 and market cap is about $52 billion. Look, stock has been flying high back in 2020. Look at that growth here. Look at that performance. And then it plateaued back in 2021, as you can see here. And 2022 promptly came down. And this is what happens when there's an inflation worry. All these high growth stock, they come tumbling down. And look what's going on now. Now there's a nice base which is formed here, and now stock want to go higher. So if you're a long-term stock investor, you could buy some Block here or Square. They're going to do well. they're going to expand and grow their business. And from an analyst perspective, look, they got a nice strong buy rating up here. Stock is sold off, but look, 28 analysts say buy this stock, 6 say hold, nobody says sell. That's a good testament for this stock here. And we got a news item from Investor Place here. They think Square or Block will reward its patient investors. I agree with that. I think this company has got a lot of things up its sleeve. It can really do well with the leadership of both Jack Dorsey and Amrita Ahuja. All right, now let's look at the price targets. From a price target perspective, look, the low target is $100. We are actually below that low target. As you can see here, we are at $90. High target is $185 and mid target is around $144. So as I can see it, the downside risk is low for this stock here. You could buy this stock and shove it away in your long-term account. You will do very well. And look, from a technical perspective, it's neutral right now, not buy, not sell. But from a fundamental perspective, analysts are saying buy Square. It's a good investment at these levels here. And as you can see here, it's been down 68% from 52-week high and also down 43% year to date. It's a great bargain here. Look, in 1 week time frame, it's trying to go higher. As market improves, this stock can go higher and bounce back very strong. All right, now let's jump in and look at the competitive landscape. Before we go to competitive landscape, look at the block here. So they started with the Cash App a while ago, back in 2015. And look, it was, it's a small Cash App back then. And now they expanded Cash App nicely. And look, it became 60 billion in 2020. And 2022, it's a $70 billion business. This company knows how to really land and expand. Start small and expand. That's what's going on here. Cash App was really a rounding error a while ago, but now it's a $70 billion business. I think that tells something about the company and their ability to succeed. And on the other hand, look at Square. Square started back in 2010 and it became $60 billion company. Back in 2017, it was $60 billion, 2020, $100 billion, 2022, nice $120 billion. So this tells you this company knows how to really start small and then expand and become big. Now they will do same thing for the Spiral, which is a Bitcoin business, and also Tidal, which is streaming music. So we'll see how it goes. And they also have this Afterpay business for buy now, pay later. They're also going to do same thing with that business also and expand nicely. All right, now let's look at the competitive landscape here. So the way this chart is organized is it's organized by market cap. Stock at the top has got highest market cap, as you can see here. Look, Visa, one of my favorite stock here. It's been doing very well. Look at the overall score here, 81. And look at the sales and sales growth. Great sales and sales growth here. Nice gross margin as well as net margin. One of my favorite stock here. It's a company is making money. Look, EPS is positive and PE ratio is 40. It's a little pricey from a price to sales perspective. And it's done very well. Look at the 5-year performance, 131%. And as we scan through here, we got its buddy or rival, MasterCard, one more of my favorite company here. This company has been doing very well. And overall score is a little bit less compared to Visa. But look at that performance here, 202% in 5 years. That's a great performance. And as we scan through here, we got a few more standouts here. We got Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley has been doing great. Look at that 131% performance. It's a good one to buy. Right now, RSI perspective, little high as you can see here. I would wait for these stock to come down slightly, then I would be buying. As you scan through here, look, we got two more here, American Express as well as Intuit. Both are great ones here. Intuit was down big time while ago. Now it's going higher. RSI 56. Great stock. I love Intuit. And then we got a few more here. Keep watching the performance here. We got ADP, BX, which is Blackstone, and MMC. All are doing great here. Look at that 5-year performance. All great stocks here. Right now, RSI perspective, all these stocks are doing great. I would wait for a little pullback and then buy them. Now let's look at the industry benchmark here and see what's going on there. Look, from an industry benchmark perspective, we got here Altman Z-score, which is the financial indicator or financial strength indicator, and then we got all the way to efficiency, dividend versus peers, and so on and so forth. Look, the top company Visa has been doing very well. They got nice VRSK F score, which is 8. That tells the company doing great. And look, if you compare it to peers, it's got an highest rating here. Compared to peers, this company is doing very well from a rating perspective and growth perspective. Look at that growth here, 97. That's also great here. And efficiency is really your gross margin, net margin, the way company runs the business. It's highest. It's a great, well-run company here. And financial strength is 99, the top most here. Dividend doesn't pay too much dividend. That's why dividend versus peers came a little bit low here. As you scan through here, you can see a couple standouts here. We got MasterCard, same story, great company here. Growth is 99. It's even higher than Visa, as you can see here. It's also very efficient from a margin perspective, but financial strength is not as great as Visa. And we got a few more as we scan through here. Look, we got Intuit. Intuit is doing great. Look, it's doing very well here. 98 growth, which is very good in between Visa and MasterCard, as you can see here. And it's also very strong from a financial perspective. And so on and so forth. So let's keep going here and look at a few more. Look, we got our company Square right here. Look, we got Square or Block. Look at that performance. 305% performance in last 5 years. Right now, RSI is 49. That tells you stock is still down. It's oversold at these levels. You could buy this company even up here. Wall Street does not like this company, mainly because look, net margin is negative and earnings per share is slightly negative. That's one of the reasons this stock gets beaten down when there is a high inflation worry. And then you got a few more. Keep watching that RSI here. I like the ones with the low RSI. We got one more. Look, we got Workday here with the RSI 34. It's also a great one. You could buy this company here. And look, one of my favorite, Mercado Libre. It's a great company. They got various platforms here, and this company is also sold off. Look at that RSI here, 46. It's a great company. It does business in Latin America and a couple of other areas. It's a good company to buy. Very rocky from volatile company, but they normally do very good job here. And we got VRSK here. Look, this also has got low RSI here. You could buy this company also. All right, now let's look at the industry benchmark here. Look, we got our industry benchmark here, and we got Altman Z, VRSK F, all the way to dividend versus the peers. As we scan through here, keep a watch on a VRSK F score here. I like the one with nice and high VRSK F score. Square has got, let's see here, Square is right here. It's got middle of the road VRSK F score, not too bad. But there are a few with very nice VRSK F score. Look at Paychex here. Paychex is a good company. I love this company. And it's got very good VRSK F score that tells you books are solid, rock solid. And we got a few more with nice VRSK F score here. Look, Mercado Libre doing very well. Nice VRSK F score. And look at growth also. Look, Mercado Libre has got a nice growth score of 96, highest in this list here. And then we got a few more here. Look, we got GPN, Global payment network, nice and high VRSK F score. That tells it's a solid company. And from a growth perspective, keep watching the growth here. You got few companies with nice and high growth here, which is MSCI. Look at MSCI, one of my favorite company, nice and high growth, which is 95 here. And keep watch on the RSI. When the RSI is high, I would not buy at the time. But when the RSI is below 50, for example, I would be buying Intercontinental Ice, one of my favorite company. Square is a great one. It's below 50. And we got few more, as you can see here. We got Workday, which is a good one, beaten down. Mercado Libre, great one. And we got here VRSK, which is also a good company. You could buy this one also. All right, now let's jump in and look at few more here. Look, the list is continuing, as you can see here, and also keep watch on the net margin here. We want a nice and high net margin, and we got here overall score. I love the the nice and high overall score here. And most importantly, we should also look at the RSI. We don't buy when the stock is high. RSI is above 50. That's a little bit difficult. I would recommend stock like Coinbase here, which is beaten down with the low RSI just 40. You could look at and buy this company here. Stock is trying to go higher in 1 day, 5 days. You can see here. It's a good one to buy at these levels. As Bitcoin rebounds, this stock will also do the same. And we got TW Trade Web, which is a good one here. They have a nice platform. You could buy this company also here. Look, RSI is below 50. You could buy this one too here. And we got Bill.com, which is an aggressive growth type play here, but stock is down with low RSI here. You could look at that one also. And UiPath stock has been stalling. I would probably not look at this one at this time here. Let it bounce back. It's been stalling right from the get-go. All right, now let's look at industry benchmark. Look, from an industry benchmark perspective, you got all these great ratios here, and this will help you to compare how is the financial strength. Both Altman Z score and Piotrowski score will help with that. And then you got the rating against the peers, industry peers. You can see how this company stacks against its industry peers. So with that, keep a watch on the growth. If you want a high growth company, keep a watch on the growth rate. There are some companies with nice and high growth rate. Look, SSNC, TradeWeb, as well as JKHY, all nice and high growth rate here. And some of these companies like SSNC, as you can see here, she seems to be doing pretty well, with the exception of Altman Z score. It's got nice Piotrowski F score and nice benchmark against the competitors. I think it's a good one to buy up here. And as usual, look at the performance here. We got one here, FICO. FICO's look, it's got nice performance in last 5 years. Right now, look, it's a little bit high. I would not be buying it up here. All right, now let's look at a few more here and go from there. So we got few more here. Keep watch on, as usual, keep a watch on net margin. Many of these stocks are not making from a net margin perspective, as you can see here. And there are a few companies here, like I love IIVI. Stock is down here. RSI is middle of the road, just 50. You could even buy this company up here. And then you got few more with the lower RSI. Look, Upstart and ENV, both are a little bit lower RSI here. You could buy these companies here. They're also trying to bounce back very hard, as you can see here. And we got one more here, Shift, for one of my favorite company. Stock is down. RSI is 49. You could buy this one also. And I think that's pretty much. Let's look at the industry growth here, industry grades. From an industry perspective, look, we got Altman Z, Piotrowski F, and so on and so forth here. And as you can scan through here, if you're a growth investor, keep watching the growth score. And some of these companies are growing nicely. For example, Futu seems to be growing very nicely, as you can see here. Right now RSI is 60. I would wait for a little bit pullback here. It's a Chinese company, as many of you might be knowing. And we got a few more with nice growth here. PAGS, it's a Brazilian company. And look, nice overall score here. Stock is completely sold off here, but now it's going higher. Look, RSI is 57. You could still buy this company. It's a good one. And I got a few more. We got Upstart. You could buy this company. Look, Upstart is not doing well compared to the industry peers. So I would probably wait for this to settle down slightly, and then I would buy. Look at this here from an industry against the peers. It did not score very well. And we got a few more, as you can see here. Stoneco. It's again a Brazilian play here. Could buy this one also, a little bit high RSI. You could wait for a slight pullback and then buy this company. All right, now let's jump in here and look at Square or Block. Look, from an analyst perspective, it's a strong buy rating right now. Company seems to be doing pretty well. Analysts love this company. And look, from a revenue per employee, look at this number. $2.2 million revenue per employee. That's a great number. I think they're doing pretty good that way. And look, debt to equity ratio perspective, low debt, not too much, which is good. From a sales growth perspective, nice sales growth in 5 years, 1 year. Quarter over quarter, they got negative sales growth here. I think they had some tough time last quarter. And look, from a working capital perspective, this company's got nice $5 billion working capital, no big deal. And they got nice cash. Total cash is almost $8 billion. And as you scan through here, they got nice free cash flow also, almost $1 billion. And as you scan through here, we got moving average perspective, technical perspective. Stock is trying to go higher. Look, it's above a 5-day, 10-day, 20-day moving average, even though it's below its 200-day moving average. Stock is gaining some momentum. As you can see here, I think this strength can continue. From a put-call ratio perspective, look, a lot of people are buying call option. That's why put-call ratio is below 1. That tells you more call options are bought or traded versus put options. And finally, look, from a industry perspective, it's got nice 62 overall rating, which is very good here. And from a Morningstar perspective, nice growth grade and nice profitability grade. Financial perspective, it gets a C grade here. I love its VRSK F score, which is middle of the road. I think they can improve further. All right, this company is also investing money in R&D. I think it's very important. That's great to know. All right, now let's look at the Square biannual numbers. Look, the stock is doing pretty well. It's a positive earnings per share. Look, it's been slightly dropped, as you can see here in the earnings per share number. I want this to go higher. There may be various reasons companies investing in itself, but generally Wall Street does not like this trend here. I want them to improve the trend and slightly go higher as they go forward. But on the top line sales perspective, nice sales growth. I love this sales growth clip here. I think they're doing very well from a sales perspective, expanding from Square to Cash App to Spiral or a Bitcoin into Tidal. I think they're doing very well, taking advantage of the ecosystem of ecosystems. Shares outstanding is slightly higher, not a big deal here. It's they're not diluting too much. It's pretty good. Look, operating margin perspective, it's improving. I like it. It's turned positive. That's the way to go. Net margin though, it's slightly increased, but now it's a little bit downtrend here. I want them to correct this situation here and start making more net margin as they go forward. Total debt to equity ratio perspective, look, it's slightly high, as you can see here. I think it's also a bank. Normally banks will have a little bit high debt to equity ratio, but I want them to bring it lower as we go forward. From a numbers perspective, in a nutshell, great. From a top line perspective, I want them to improve earnings per share. I want them to improve the net margin and reduce the debt to equity ratio. All right, now let's jump in and look at the quarterly earning. From a quarterly earning history perspective, look, stock is they missed on the earnings per share as well as revenue. That's one of the reasons stock came down. And they also missed, look, a couple quarters ago, they missed on the EPS as well as revenue. This company is not afraid to miss the quarterly numbers. Their focus is on the long term, not the short term. That's one of the reasons I like this company. they will say like it is. They're not afraid of missing the quarterly earnings. Their focus is on the long term. They want to be the leaders in the digital currency and also multiple other areas, because it's really, it's really ecosystem of ecosystems, as Jack Dorsey puts it. All right, now let's look at the quarterly numbers. From a quarterly number perspective, look, stock is down big time. Year to date, 43% down. From a 52-week high, it's 68% down. And look, in the past, stock has done pretty okay here. Look at the market cap. It's slowly eroding, as you can see here. From 111 became 110, became a 75, became 78. Now look at the market cap. It's 52. So look, its market cap is cut in half, more than cut in half from 6/30/2021 to right now. So that's why at these levels it's a compelling buy. It's after the afterpay purchase, I think stock really came down big time. From a price perspective, look, price also has been dropping here. It was $239 back in 920, became 161, and it became 135. Now it's $90. Stock is also cutting more than more than half, as you can see here. And from a sales perspective, look, sales also down slightly from $4 billion, became $3.9 billion. Slight decrease, which is, I think they should improve the situation here. And from a diluted share count perspective, slight increase, but not too bad. And look, sales, look, they're into negative quarter-over-quarter sales change here. I want them to improve the situation as they go forward. And from a cash perspective, slight decrease, not a big deal here. And as you scan through free cash flow, I think they increased the free cash flow. That's also good here. Looks like they improved their debt to equity. That's also good here. They kind of reduced their debt to equity ratio, which is great. Gross margin is improving. That's great here. That's the way to go. And also operating cash flow is improving. That's also good. I think company is fiscally responsible, running efficiently, as you can see here. I like the way they're spending on their R&D. They're doing a good job here. And as you scan through here, from a price to sales perspective, it's 4.2, which is pretty good. It's not pricey from a price to sales perspective, but since they don't have earnings yet, that's why it became 100 plus when it comes to price to earning. So from an overall numbers perspective, I think company is doing great. It's one of those companies which is focusing on the growth. They're not worried about short-term, quarter-to-quarter type, Wall Street mentality yet. So with that, let's jump in here, look at the technicals. From a technical perspective, look, stock has done great back in 2020. That's a banner year for the company. But look, 2021, from July onwards, stock came down tumbling, as you can see here. So at these levels right now, look, stock is trying to go higher. This could be a good time to slowly invest in this great company and go from there. And if you look at a little bit smaller chart here, it's a 18-month chart, as you can see here. Look, stock has been down. Look, nice downturn here, and now it's trying to go higher. Momentum is picking up with the RSI trying to go. I mean, this is volume. Volume is also going higher. RSI is trying to go higher. That's also a good one here. That tells you momentum is picking up. Implied volatility is coming down. That's good here. Even up here, you could make some good money selling some put options way below the current stock price, given IV percentile is 55. And look, from a DMI perspective, I can see this blue line crossing over red line and red line coming down. That's a bullish crossover. This company can have a bullish crossover pretty soon. That's a good momentum indicator also. And look, smart money is flowing into the stock right now. That's also good here. All these big hedge fund and funds are buying Square. So that's also a good indicator here. All right, now let's jump in here and look at the option chain. From an option chain perspective, look, stock price is at $90. All-time high is $289. That's a huge price here. It's cutting more than more than half, as you can see here. Stock took a big beating. And at the current strike price about $90, there is a healthy call option buying going on here. But look, as you look below here, look at the open interest here. Open interest is huge. Even at $150, we got 6.3 thousand contracts traded. It's a huge number. So in the options market, folks are really very bullish on this company. That's why they're buying these out of money call options and paying less money for that. And put option volume is very low compared to call option volume. Look at the open interest here, not as much compared to call option open interest here. That's why it's a bullish. Let's look at the put call ratio here. From a put call ratio perspective, we got here total call contracts 98,000, total put contract 50,000, almost half of call contracts here. That makes a put call ratio 0.52. That's overly bullish. All right, that tells you in the options market, folks are betting Square will go higher. That's why they're buying call option like no tomorrow. All right, now let's jump in here and do a quick conclusion. From a conclusion perspective, look, Square started with helping small business to accept the credit card with their Square app, like many of you know. But right now, they offer almost everything you need to run the company, and they got nice 40% gross profit. It came from the sellers who use 4 or more products. It's one of those companies who will land with maybe a Square, and they will expand it to Cash App and other areas. It's a good ecosystem, as Jack Dorsey puts it. And look, Cash App has got over 80 million annual active consumers. That's a good number here. And Afterpay has got 20 million global actives. And the moment they combine both, you'll get a super app. So I think it's a good one here. They can really combine their, Cash App, Afterpay, and they can really generate good money as they go forward. And Block has grown its ecosystem and expanded the audiences, and their addressable market also grown over the period of time. And they got more than 50% compounded annual gross profit over the last 5 years. The company knows how to grow profitable. Companies seem to be doing a very good job. And Jack Dorsey and Amrita Ahuja did a great job covering the company and their future prospectus in their investor day just happened a couple days ago. Look, at this time, Block or Square, formerly Square, is oversold with the RSI 49. With the exceptional leadership from Jack Dorsey and Amrita Ahuja, expect this company to expand and grow. I recommend buying this company. It's a great one. I think as market stabilizes, this company can rocket higher and make it nice earning or nice profit. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.